Wednesday, December 18. FindYourFX.com and Bulletproof Traders are back in the house, guys. Today, crypto trade of the day, two assets we want to follow up on two existing positions. So it's going to be super interesting. Let's go ahead, dive in. Cardano, again, the center of our attention. We've done so well with the Cardano in the last bearish campaign, right off the top, 2150. A very aggressive move. I mean, it was a nosedive straight to the target, 93.50, and we left it off. We terminated that bearish campaign and we took the back seat. I knew that because it didn't take the previous low on that drop, I figured that was going to be a technical correction of a few days, and that's exactly what it was. Price action went up, and now it's starting to slide back down again. So we're back on the driver's seat, taking basically replicating the same bearish campaign we had about a week ago, and even using the same target. So we're recycling the 93.50 level again as a profit target, but this time we're going to be a little bit more ambitious, aiming at 84.60 just as well. So it's not just 93.50, it's also 84.60, because I feel like price action is going to make contact with 93.50 like it did last time, but this time I believe it will penetrate into that lower section of that range we've been talking about and chase the previous major low, right? The same low that it couldn't get last time. So the lowest low on that spike back in the 26th of November was 87.05. Lowest low. Let's take a look again. 87.05. But the green dotted line that you see here, guys, 84.60, is a simple Fibonacci projection 123.6. taken on, measured against the previous opposite move, which is that same technical correction I was mentioning, right? Those three positive days from bottom to top, 123.6 suggests that price action is heading towards that 84.60 level, which is also conveniently where the previous major low is. So two birds in one shot. That's what I think is going to happen. We have two trades in, right? So the first trade, the one that we pulled the trigger on, I think it was 3 days ago. That one is addressed to 93.50, right? The closest target, the safest target we can aim at. But the second trade that we fired off just today, right? We're doubling up our position size. Price action is kind of giving us that green light to proceed. So the second trade is now aiming at 84.60, right? So we're starting to incorporate the more ambitious profit target. And we're going to probably stick with these two trades. It's a pretty heavy position, relatively speaking. I'm pretty sure we're going to keep it as is, all the way to the targets, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. So that's the first one, Cardano. We're going to move on to the second crypto trade of the day, another active position we have on the Dogecoin. Talked about the Dogecoin quite a bit. And this one, I mean, you can clearly see ever since early November, been trading sideways in a tight range, right? In a narrow range. And I feel like it wants to go back to the lower section, which is why it's taking its time, trading sideways like it does. And the fact of the matter is, price action never made contact with 36.33, and that is very suspicious to me, right? It was very close back in late November. That's the tiny margin was separating between price action and that key level. And then the second time again, about a week ago, got really close, but the lowest low was 36.53, right? Where the key level itself is 36.33. So again, a tiny margin, almost touched base, but didn't really. That tells me that it will come back to it later down the road and finish up the job, which is why we're so adamant holding this short position, this bearish campaign, all the way to the finish line, right? Now, we pulled the trigger twice here as well, right? We started off with one trade, but then we saw that price action doesn't really cross back above 41.55, but rather just taking its time by trading below that area. And then today, price action on the back foot. So right there and then, doubling up our position size and now focusing on two levels. First, the one that we've talked about, 36.33. I believe price action is going to make contact, solidify a touchdown with that level. But I also feel like it will continue beyond that point and try to chase the previous major low. And I'm talking about, when I say previous major low, I'm talking inside of that range, inside of that sideways movement structure. So that low is right there, 17th of November, lowest low 33.99. Now our key level profit target of 33 is actually again a Fibonacci projection measurement taken on the previous opposite move. So we're talking about this 4 or 5 days of upside push from the bottom, talking about December 3rd all the way to the top, December 8th, right? Applying on that move, applying the 161.8. That's the golden ratio. It's a solid Fibonacci projection measurement that I always like to use unless I have more of a solid support level to work with. Similarly to the Cardano situation, we already have 2 trades in. It's a short-term type of trading opportunity. So it's a quick one, could be done in a day or two, which is why I believe we're not going to get more aggressive on this one than what we already, the situation already is. 2 trades, pretty sure we're going to follow up with these 2 all the way to the finish line. The first one is addressed to 36.33 and the second one is addressed to 33 flat. Now, the only reason we're going to pull out those 2 trades and terminate this position is if we're going to have price action struggling to break below 36.33. If we're going to see price action having problems to actually cross below and it starts to react to that level and start bend upwards a little bit, that's going to be our cue to run for the exit, right? Secure the profit that's been made so far at that point and just go and look for opportunities somewhere else. We're not going to die on that hill trying to chase that last line of support, 0.33. Alright guys, as far as stop loss level goes, we've made a bit of an adjustment here, tightened it up a little bit, took it from 47 flat to 45.40 as your eyes can see. And that's pretty much all there is to it. These are the 2 positions we have right now in the market. Dogecoin, Cardano, super interesting stuff. We're going to come back to this one for sure. Follow up and keep you posted. That's about that for the day. Enjoy the rest of it. We're going to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care.